This is BS with Joe. News, culture, and crazy. One blunt conversation at a time.
People mix the words all the time. Ban, confiscation. They sound alike, but they're not. And knowing the difference matters more than most people realize.
If you ban sales today, isn't that just confiscation tomorrow?
Not exactly. Preemptive ban stops new sales. Confiscation takes what already exists. One freezes the market, the other seizes property. Different tools, same direction, but the impact is not equal.
So either way, the number of guns drops eventually, right?
That's the illusion. Firearms last for generations. I've shot rifles built before World War II, and it doesn't erase hundreds of millions of guns with time.
What about the 1994 assault weapons ban? Didn't that prove bans?
The Department of Justice studied it. 10 years, no measurable drop in shootings because rifles aren't the main crime gun. Handguns are. Banned cosmetics, not causes.
But assault weapons sound scary. That's why people rally behind it.
Because it's branding. The term assault weapon is a term, not an actual weapon.
But assault weapons sound scary. That's why people rally behind it.
Assault weapon is just a term used for any firearm used to assault someone. A defensive gun is any gun that's used in defense. Terms changes from state to state. One bans a grip, one bans a folding stock. Same function, different labels. It's theater, not safety.
You mean like when politicians hold special sessions after a tragedy?
Exactly. Like Minnesota Governor Tim Walz said, when they had school shootings in Scotland or in Australia, they simply made changes. They are just free as we are. The line shows how debate gets distorted. It treats freedom like a universal, consistent instead of something different. By our Constitution, here, freedom starts with limits on government power. That's why that works overseas doesn't fit here.
And the Minneapolis mayor weighed in too.
Right. He spoke about banning assault weapons, restricting devices that make guns fire faster, and repealed preemption, the rule that keeps one consistent state law instead of a patchwork of local ordinances. That's not just safety tweaking, that's a rewrite on how rights are applied. Take away preemption, and your rights change every time you cross a state line or city line.
So it's less about fixing anything and more about keeping cameras rolling?
Exactly. Grandstanding, most of these proposals are built to stand constitutional review, built to fail loud so politicians can say, we tried, but the other side stopped us. It's a blame strategy dressed up as leadership.
So the point isn't solutions, it's sound bites.
Confiscation, bans, emergency sessions, they're optics. The Constitution becomes a scapegoat and citizens get stuck living under a slogan instead of a workable policy.
So you're saying bans chip away slowly and confiscation hits fast, but both test how much freedom people will give up.
Exactly. Confiscation is a blunt force, bans are slow erosions. Different speeds, same slope. Each temporary fixes become a new norm.
Once people accept that baseline,
it moves again. That's how the right fades overnight. It's by inch in the name of safety.
So what should people remember?
Learn language. If it freezes future sales, it's a ban. If it seizes existing property, it's a confiscation. When these words blur together, that's manipulation. Both fail on results, both chip away at freedom, and both deserve the same answer. No.